So let's do a warm up then, yeah? So we're going to stand with feet hip distance apart, okay? And if you just take your hands up to a bit of a Cossack dancer kind of position, and then just take a little twist. And twist. So keeping the feet still, and just breathing, and just gradually increase that range as you go. Neck nice and long, zipped up through your center, and just trying to get as much range into the hips there, into your torso there, yeah? Breathe. Just another few reps on that. And then just release. So release your shoulders, take your shoulders back around. And just give those a little bit of a shrug and back. Okay, we're going to take one arm up. We're going to stretch that up nice and high. Okay, keep reaching that up high. Just take a little side bend. Okay, just gently stretch over. And then coming up and reach up with the other arm. So you want to be reaching up high. And just stretch it over to the side, getting that side bend. And then let's go again, reach up. So you reach up high, and you track down. And again, reach up. Keep reaching up high, trying to get as much range as you can. And then come down. Okay, just bring the knees up. So a little bit of pulse raising and working into the hips, okay? So knees up high, as high as you can, up to the opposite knee. Up the opposite hand, even. Hi, Kathy. Yeah. Well done for making it. Okay, and then just standing feet hip distance apart, raise your arms up. And then we're going to take a little sweep around. We're going to go in the one direction all the way. So soften the knees, draw the abdominals in, and articulate through your spine. So working all the way round, yeah? So really focus on that. Sweeping all the way around to the side, up to the top. Soften the knees where you need. Come to the top, take an in-breath, and then swap direction. So sweeping around. So just working your way through the spine, all those muscle groups surrounding the spine and into your abdominals. Okay, and release. Take those feet out a little bit wider, okay? Stretch the arms out and take a twist on the in-breath, and on the out-breath, reach it down. Come up on the in-breath, and exhale to reach it down. So standing saw, working into the side of your abdominal wall there. Twist on the in-breath as you come up. And exhale to reach, and rotate through that backhand shoulder. And one more of those. And then come up, hands on hips, and turn your toes out. Okay? And then just come down into a squat there. So knees and feet aligned. And as we come down, if you want to, take your hands down and then reach up and then curl down, tuck the head and then reach up. So you're going to exhale to curl down and you're going to inhale to come up. Exhale, we're coming down. And inhale, we're coming up, opening up through the chest and the shoulders. Keep the abdominals nice and strong, and you go to a range that feels like a bit of a challenge for you. Sweeping the arms down and through. Backs of the hands down towards the floor. Reaching up, inhale. Exhale, curl down. Inhale, coming up. And one more of those. And then release. Okay, if you come to the back of your mat, wherever you want that to be, all right? All right, so we're just going to roll down through your spine, chin through to chest. Slowly roll it down. Nice and slow. You can bend the knees where you need. Once you're down there, shifting the weight through the feet, just swing the arms back and forth, either side of your legs. Breathing. And then bend those knees, place your hands on your thighs and send your tailbone away and lift your chest. Pull your abdominals in. And then on the out breath, tuck your tailbone, rounding your back. And then bend those knees. Inhale, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, scoop your belly and rounding your back. So really pull deep in. In breath, look up, chest lifting, tailbone away. Exhale, scoop your belly and rounding your back. And then one more, inhale and lift. And exhale. And then reach up. Stretch your arms up. Take your chin to your chest and you're going to roll over an imaginary barrel. Breathing. And then just walk your hands out to the front of your mat. And pedal your heels up and down for a moment in a downward dog position. Breathe. Shift your weight forwards to a high plank position. Draw your abdominals in. And then we're going to just push back, bend the knees, send the hips back into a bit of a crouch. So I can call this iron dog, and then push forwards, high plank. Back to your iron dog, pouncing, and then push forward. So we're loading the shoulders, keeping the core strong, and we're coming back. And then pushing forwards, abs strong, loading the shoulders. Back again, and then into your high plank, and then down to your knees, and then take a stretch back into child's posture. And just breathe. And then from here, we're going to come down and sit down and lie back, all right? So we're just kind of warming up for all this core work that we're going to do. All right, so we're going to start with your first two fingers on your hip bones. You okay? And your thumbs underneath. I'm trying to find the best position to be in. All right, I'm going to swing around this way. All right, so pelvic tilt, yeah? So in breath, arch your spine, and exhale, imprint. In breath, arch, and exhale to imprint. Keep your knees steady. Make sure you're breathing. Leslie, if you want to, you can put your camera on, but I won't be able to hear you. But I could see you and check out what you're doing. It's virtual, you know it. And then from there, place your hands on the floor. Bring your heels in a little bit tighter. Take an in-breath to arch. Exhale, imprint, and then continue now to peel your spine up and off the floor. Lift your hips, squeeze through your inner thighs. And then in-breath at the top, and then roll down, and just bring your upper back, your middle spine, and work your way back down to your hips. Okay, so you're going to do a tilt, and then you're going to peel up. Do you want your feet together, or do you want them apart? It's up to you. Yeah, normally apart. So we're just going to go through this pelvic curl, yeah? So you do an in-breath to initiate the movement, and an out-breath to come up. So remember, you're lifting your hips, and you're sequentially working through your spine from your pelvis, and working your way up, and lifting up. Lift the hips, squeeze the inner thighs. Like you're holding something between your knees. Steve, you could put your feet a bit wider, I think. Yeah. And last one. Come back down to the floor. So feet at hip distance. We're going to raise your right leg up to a knee fold. So that's the knee above the hips. And then the left leg's going to do the same thing. All right, so you're going to feel those abdominals engaging there, placing the hands lightly on the floor. We're just going to do some toe taps here. So tap down one foot, inhale back, exhale, tap down the other toe, or set of toes. So you just bring your knee back level with your hips. Your shins should be parallel with the floor. Your chin should be tucked in, so you've got length in the back of your neck. And your hands are just lightly on the floor, or they could be on your pelvis, and you're just checking in. So you're going to feel that work, just keeping stable there. Make sure you don't tap the other foot down until the other one's back. Head should be down to relax the neck, but if you're not liking that, head can be up, or something behind the head. And release down, hug your knees in, and circle your knees out and round. Breathe, changing direction. And then hug your knees and roll up. Okay, so you're going to come up to your feet hip distance apart, and we're going to go into either a tabletop position or into a reverse plank position. So maybe we'll start with a tabletop. Your hands can either be fingers facing forwards or back, whatever feels good for your wrists. So, hip distance, arm strong. Lift your hips. Yeah. So lift those hips up. Breathe. Make sure your hands are in the right position for you. Come back down. Tap down. Exhale, lift. So you're going to feel that work into the chest and the shoulders, but core, core, core. So you can keep your chin tucked or take your head back. That's up to you. So lift. We just hold for a breath or two. Make sure your hands are in a position that's working for you. Yeah? So we lift. Keep the core engaged, pelvic floor, deep abdominals. Keep breathing. We're going to do one more. And then come down. All right, nice. Take the legs forwards. Just take a little stretch. So tuck your chin in, reach your hands to your legs or your feet. Pull your belly in, send your tailbone away. And just breathe. Okay. So we're going to swing round to find a plank position, all right? Low plank. Now you're going to have this either on your knees, lightly down, or you're going to have it off your knees, yeah? And we're just going to hold that position, all right? Either knees down or knees off. We're going to be holding it for a few breaths. So keep those hips down. Yeah. And if you need to, you lightly put your knees down or one knee down. So lift up a little bit, Steve. Lift, thighs on. Yeah. Breathe. Push the floor away. Thighs are on. Abs are on. Pelvic floor muscles are on. And release down. Take a breath. Stretch it back. Whilst you're down there, in child's posture. Take your hands back to your toes and take your head to the floor, and then interlace your fingers and just stretch your chest and your shoulders, if that feels okay for you. Breathe. Okay, good. From there, lie down on your front, yeah? And then reach your arms out. And then we're going to work from your center, so pelvic floor, deep abdominals, raising opposite limbs. So we lift on the out breath and come back down on the in. Raise up on the out breath. So think about reaching far away from each set of opposite limbs there. Toes away from fingertips. Relax the neck, relax the gaze. If you're not liking that particularly, then maybe just do the leg action. Arms are strong. Lift and reach and find your edge, your challenge, yeah, every time. Breathe. So we are taking the body through just a few exercises to get us ready for some of these. We're going to do a few repetitions, basically, work for a number of seconds on some exercises. Okay, and last time. And maybe stretch back to child's posture or a downward dog if you like, whichever you want. Take some breath there. Have a drink. Breathe. And then come down to the floor. Okay, so we're going to go through a number of exercises, all right? That's the way I'm going to try and do it this morning. We'll go with that for a wee while. And then after we've done those, so it'll be like, it's not like a circuit, but we'll then do more stretch. Okay, so we're going to do basically 2 exercises, yeah, so pairs of exercises, and we'll repeat them. Anyway, don't worry, just do what you can, right? That's the thing, yeah? So the first one is lying on your back, all right? And if it feels okay, you're going to raise your legs up, okay? Now, if you're not liking that, then you bend your knees and you come to this position, all right? So you have your legs as straight as you can. So if you want to try the harder version, we reach up on the out breath towards your toes and then come back on the in breath. If that feels too much, bend your knees and take your hands down by your sides and then reach in this position. Okay, so you've got the option of bending the knees and reaching either side of the legs, or keeping the legs as straight as you can and curling up on the out breath and reaching up towards the toes. Okay, so we're going to do this round about 45 seconds-ish. So work with your body. Exhale to reach. Whether you're reaching up or you're reaching out. Curling up and really crunching in through those abs. Use your breath. Exhale to lift and inhale to come back. Very good. That's great, Tim. Great technique. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hug those knees in. Release your neck if that's straining side to side. And as soon as you can, roll up and roll onto your front again. Okay. So options here are, well, we just did this one. So if you prefer to do that single limbs, you can do that. Or if you're feeling more, you lift all the limbs back down, or hand side of the head, lift this way. Okay? Breathe out to lift and in to come back. But if your back's a little bit twingy at all, I wouldn't bother with a hand action, and I would do an in-breath on the way up. And if it feels better for you to do an in-breath on the way up, do that. But, just keep breathing. Abs strong. That's great range there, Simon. That's brilliant. Keep breathing. Yes, Katie, that's great. Lift, pull the abs in. Great stuff. Yes, Steve, keep reaching, reaching, reaching. Get that range. Breathe. Excellent stuff, Jane. That's great. So just work where you can. That's brilliant. If you're getting all the limbs up, yes. Kathy, brilliant. Breathe. Yes, Karina, excellent. Keep breathing. You feeling it there, Emily? Your back doesn't like it. Your neck. So then you'll just do the legs. Yeah. And release. When you're ready, stretch back child's posture. Take a little breather. Release the back. And then we're going to come back to where we were, because we're doing the pairs of exercises. So back on your back. And then either knee fold position, arms out and reaching this way. Remember, if your neck's strange, you can always take a hand behind the head, or legs up straight, or straight as you can. Abs are strong, and reach on the out, in breath back. Yeah? So yeah, make sure you're looking after your neck. If you need two hand or one hand, you can do it like this. Yeah. Yeah. Breathe out to lift and reach. Breathe in to come back. Really challenge yourself. We're only going for a few seconds. Last 10 seconds on this, if we can. Reaching up or reaching out. Abs strong, pelvic floor deep abs. 3, 2, 1. And hug those knees in. Release your neck. Release your back. And when you're ready, roll up and roll back onto your front again. So we do this one more time, working those back extensors. Draw the abdominals in. Arms can be outstretched. Arms could be by your sides. If any of this feels too much, you can just take yourself up into this cobra position, lengthening the front of the body. So we're either going to go arms and legs together, or hands side of the head, yeah? Or we don't have to worry about lifting the legs at all, yeah? You could just do opposite limbs as well. So one of those, 45 seconds, breathe. So just relax your gaze. Just look where it feels good for you. Try to get as much range with your body. Work from the center. Breathe and extend and lift. So we're only here for a short class, so, you know, give it everything you got in this time. And we're really trying to work on those back extensors here. And then throughout the practice, we're working through deep abdominals, side of the abdominal wall. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. So give yourself a little breather there and stretch back child's posture or down dog if you want a little bit more to load the shoulders. Up to you. Obviously have a drink whenever you need it. Hope you're going well, Leslie. As I say, if you want to put your camera on, you can do, then I'll be able to see you. All right? Right, we're going to go to side plank or side orientation now. All right, so we're going to have the knee down initially and the hand at the back of the mat and the foot towards the front of the mat, and you're going to lift up and you're going to reach up. So this could be a starter, okay, where you're going to thread through and reach up. Or you want this to be harder, then you come off and you dip the hips and lift up. Dip the hips and lift up. So up to you, either threading with the knee down or lower the hips and lift up. Or a combination of, yeah? Good stuff. So whatever you're doing, nice and still, nice and steady, use your breath. If you're threading, you exhale through, you lift up on the in. If we're dipping, exhale, well, you can do whatever you're down. In, breath down, exhale, up ideally, but abs stay strong. Keep that lift. Last few repetitions. 3, 2, 1. Excellent stuff. Yeah. Nice modification. Oh, your wrist is struggling, yeah? You could always do that in the elbow. It's just obviously you're not going to get quite the same lift and range. But yeah, you don't want to damage it anymore. All right, so come to sitting. We'll do the other side in a sec. All right, so from here, we're going to take the hands out like this, stretching them out, draw the belly in, and you're going to lean back, and you're going to hold that position. Engage those abdominals. We're doing a twist, so we're going to take an in-breath at the center, twist, exhale, inhale, center, and twist. Inhale, center, and twist. If you want a little bit more work, you could raise one leg off the floor. More work still, both legs off the floor. Try to relax the neck, keep the abs strong, pull the belly in. Breathe out to twist, breathe into the center. 3, 2, well done, and 1. Stretch the legs long. Take the arms out, tuck the chin, have a little spine stretch, reaching down to legs or feet. Send the tailbone away, pull the belly in, and breathe. Okay, so we're going to go side on other side, yeah? So hand is down towards the back of the mat, knee is down, foot is at the front of the mat, yeah? Draw the abdominals deep. Okay, lift up, reach up. So keep the hips lifted. In breath up, exhale through. Or come off the knee, lift up, dip. So keep focused with your breath. Pelvic floor, deep abdominals. 10 seconds if we can, keep breathing. 3, 2, 1, and release to come to sitting again. So you're sitting down again, and we're going to get ready to go into that twist or Russian twist. So we stretch the arms out, maybe in this position. Lean back as deep into that as you can, okay? And then twist. Inhale, center, twist. Foot can come off the floor if you want. Both feet could come off. But don't lose that form. Breathe. Abs pulled in. Pelvic floor, deep abdominals. Breathe in at the center. Breathe out to twist. Relax your neck. Last few repetitions, if we can, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Okay, once again, let's take a little stretch. Okay. So sit tall, pull the belly in, tuck the chin, and roll down. Breathe. And release. Okay, we're going to come up to standing for the next one, all right? So you're going to take your feet maybe the width of the mat. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to try to keep the legs straight, and as if we're doing like a straight leg deadlift position. So we send the hips back, pull the abdominals in, okay? And we're in this position here. If it feels too much, bend your knees. So sending your sternum away from your belly button. So everything is tight, okay, in this position. It's not like we're folding. We're looking forwards here, or relax your neck. Yeah, and as if you're holding on to something, yeah? Okay, keep the body still, send the tailbone away, thighs are on, abs are on, you're sending your hips back, and then take a twist. So you can do this, obviously, with some resistance, you know, at home, as it were. You could be holding on to something, a little bit more weight. So I want you to keep really tall. So we're not swinging the whole body, yeah? We've got to keep everything tight and just those arms. So your back, everything stays really tight. You're breathing. So as if you're like holding, I don't know, holding like a rock or something, yeah? And then you're twisting it to the side. So Tim, to this side. So we're just here, to the side. So hopefully you're going to feel that work because you're having to hold everything steady. Try and keep your legs still, your abs strong. You're sending your sternum away from your belly button. And bend those knees and then roll up. And breathe. Do you feel that at all? Or is a bit? Yeah, okay. That's good. You're hot there in the back there. You might want to be up near here where the windows are. Yeah? Okay, we're going to come back down to the floor for the next one. All right. Okay, so you got your feet in, and you got your hands on your thighs. Now, you can either have your hands on your thighs, or you can have your hands at the side of the head with the elbows back. Basically, we're doing chest lifts. So we're going to exhale, lift the chest, scoop the belly in, and then come back down. Either hands on the thighs, working the fingertips up and over the knees or towards them, or hands at the side of the head, lift the chest. So try to get as much range as you can. Lift the chest. If you've got your hands, I would have them just at the side of the head so you're not pulling on your neck. But I think you'd probably be better, Jane, draw your knees in a bit further, feet in, and then hands on thighs and just roll up. Breathe. So you're reaching those hands up. Yeah, but they're just tracking up your legs. They can just stay on your legs all the way and see how that is. Yeah, that's it. That's great. So thighs, so chest lifting. Breathe. Watch your neck. So maybe a hand behind the head if you need it. Yeah. Breathe. Good. Keep the chest lifting. We're going to go for another few reps if we can. Slowly up, slowly down. That's great, Simon. So nice and slow on both phases. Breathe. 5, 4, 3. How's it going, Leslie? Can't see you, but hoping you're going well. I'm sure you are. And release down and hug your knees into your body. Release your neck. Maybe circle your knees out and round as well to release the hips. So we're going to roll up and we're going to come back up to standing because we need to do that straight leg deadlift, or as it's called, good morning exercise. You know, if you use a barbell, you go down, straight legs, lots of work on the back, and you come back up with this one. Yeah, but we're not got any weight, so we're doing it like this. So we got to think super strong through your abdominals, hinge from the hips, send the hips away, and then turn the palms to face as if you're holding something, and then reach, reach, reach. Try not to swing the body. Soften your knees where you need. Yeah, I can see. Jane, you're trying to work this one out. You're trying to really feel it, yeah. So, can you send the hips back? Send them back. How does that feel for your back? Pull your abdominals in, lift your chest. So stay still and just the arms. So try not to move the hips. Yeah, and having to just hold that position and be stable should make you work. Kathy, you're a bit low. Lift, lift, that's it. Pull the belly in, that's it. You don't have to look up. Just don't strain your neck, that's it. Breathe. And last one. Bend the knees, tuck the chin, and roll it up slowly. Restack your spine. Okay. Breathe. Maybe we'll do a little bit of back bending to counter that later. All right, so come back down to the floor. Up and down, I know. So feet are hip distance apart. Hands are either on your thighs or side of the head or one hand behind the head, yeah? So we lift the chest on the out breath and in breath back, or hands by your thighs and lift. So chest lifts, focus on that. Breathe out as you curl up. Breathe in as you come back. So keep your feet still, keep your knees still, like you're holding a cushion between your knees. And either reach up on that out breath, like you're breathing out through a straw, or breathing in through the nose. Last few reps. Keep that chest lifting, elbows back if you're there. Curling up, knees are steady. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. All right, good. Hug those knees in. Get some breath. Okay, so we're going to roll up and we're going to come on to knees. So your knees have got to be comfortable here. Yeah, so maybe someone under the knees. And, well, it is possibly good to have something underneath the knees here, but we're not going to be able to do that because we haven't got anything. So, yeah. So I want you to go back, but maybe not all the way. So you're kind of going back, but you're not resting all the way back. And it obviously depends what's going on for you. Yeah? A while ago, I couldn't do this at all, but now I can. Because I got no cartilage in my right knee. Yeah, it's like that. That's what happens when you do lots of exercise. Well, for me it does anyway. All right, so we're going to lift the chest and send your tailbone away. Hands can be on thighs or they can be lightly on the floor. So it's like doing a cat stretch here, and then we're going to scoop the belly in and tuck, yeah? And then in breath, into arching the spine, lifting the chest, and exhale, rounding. So, Kath, you want to bring your hands back if you can, either just by your knees or on your knees, yeah? So we arch, inhale, chest lifted, exhale, tuck the tailbone and round the back, yeah? So really tuck everything tight in as you go into that more cat position. In breath. Tucking in, tailbone, scooping the belly in, breathing. Tucking in. And then last one. And then come down onto your forearms. And then we're going to hit a plank position, all right? So that can either be with the knees off the floor, okay? And what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be doing that twist where we take the hips towards one side, but keep them lifted as we come back to the center. If that's too much, you bring your knees to the floor and you gently roll to one side. Make sure your knees feel okay with it. Okay? So we breathe. So either knees off the floor and you're twisting, sending the hips down to one side, hitting the side of the abdominal wall, or the knees are down and we're gently rolling to the side. Breathe. So you need to keep adjusting your feet so you don't end up off the back of the mat as well, yeah? So keep adjusting those feet. Breathe. Hips go down. Abs stay strong. 4, 5, 4, 3. When you come back to the center on this one, can you hold it? Just hold it, hold it, hold it. Send the heels away, feet hip distance. Breathe. Can you saw your body back and forth just for a few reps, but keep the hips down? 3, 2, 1, and rest it down. Take some breath there. Okay, so we're going to come back up to that kneeling position, all right? So make sure you're comfortable there on those knees. The other thing you can do is, if you've got anything, you can put it behind your knees as you go back. Yeah, but we haven't got anything. Okay, so we're going to be back, but we're not going to be going all the way back. Send the tailbone away, lift the chest, arch the spine. Hands can be on the knees or on the floor. And then exhale, scoop the belly and rounding the back, tuck the head in. In breath to arch, lift the chest, send the tailbone away. Exhale, scoop the belly in and round the back. Okay? Long in breath, long out breath. So really working deep into your core muscles there. So really try to work articulating that spine, getting, that full range as you can, but in this really sort of tight position, yeah? So you're really having to work. Focusing, in breath, to arch, exhale, to send that back into your cat. Breathe. Good stuff. Keep breathing. In breath, arch, exhale, scoop the belly in. 4, 3, and 2, and 1, and release. Take some breath. Bring your elbows down, forearms down. Send your feet back, and either have the knees off the floor in your low plank position, or have your knees lightly down on the floor, pelvic floor, deep abdominals. And then we're taking the hips side to side. So keep adjusting your feet. Knees can be down for sure. Or one knee down on one side and then one knee down on the other. Abs stay strong. Try to twist side to side, readjusting those feet as you go. Breathe. And next time you come center, can you hold your low plank? Can you hold it? Breathe. Can you saw your body back and forth? Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest it down. And come down onto your front and just rest down. And kick your right heel up and reach for that foot. Draw your knees together or roll onto your side if that feels too much. Sink your hips into the floor and then release. And then kick your left heel up. Draw the knees together. Good stuff. Breathe. If you can, kick both heels up. Reach. Or just do one at a time. Then you try and develop that, lifting the chest. Try to lift the knees. Press the feet. Lift the chest. Breathe. Maybe rock and roll. If that's happening for you, lift, breathe, stretch, open the front of the body. And then release. And when you're ready, take your knees wide and come back to a child's posture. Okay? Take some breath. Okay, good stuff. All right, so if you come down to lie on your back, and if you bring your heels in and take your right foot on top of your left, maybe draw that foot up a little bit closer to the crease of your left hip, and lift your left leg. Reach your hands through and get hold underneath of your knee of your left leg. Head can be up or down. So we're just doing a hip opening stretch. So pull in as deep in as you can. Draw that leg in. So that left knee drawing that right foot in. Head can be up or down. Maybe straighten your left leg and pull. Hug those knees in. Roll up. We'll do the other side in a sec. Stretch your left leg long and take your right foot inside of your left thigh. As far in as you can. Obviously, if your knee's not liking that, a little bit further. If it doesn't like it at all, it can just go out, yeah? So, see how that feels. Maybe take the hands behind and see if you can stretch a little bit further forwards. Yeah, stretch the left leg forwards a little bit, create a little bit more angle here. All right, and then your left hand's going to track down your left leg, yeah? So you can either have it resting down, gripping onto your shin or ankle, or maybe your first two fingers wrapping around your big toe. All right, then your right hand's going to reach up, lift, lift. So lifting the right side of the body up. So we're doing like a side angle stretch here. So you're going to feel that down the side of the body, reaching that right arm up and over your ear. Reach as if you're trying to reach it towards your toes. So keep reaching with that right hand, feeling that stretch down through the side. Can you reach it anywhere towards your toes? But keep lifting up on the right side. Breathe. Drop your left elbow down as well, maybe, down the inside, and then release. Okay, good. And let's lie back again. And bring your right foot, bring your left foot, sorry, on top of your right thigh. Yeah. And then lift the right leg off the floor and reach through, getting hold underneath the knee. And pull. Head up or down, up to you. Keep pulling in. Stretching out. Glutes. If you want to, you could straighten that right leg up. Pulling in, maybe a little bit deeper. Breathing. And then release. Hug the knees in. Roll up, stretching your right leg long this time. And then draw your left foot in. See how that is for your left knee. Okay, only as far in as feels okay for you. And then if you want a little bit more, stretch forward. So hands either side and stretch a little bit further with your right leg. So this right hand's going to go down the leg, or you could reach for your foot. So right hand, yeah. And it's as if you're trying to draw your right elbow down the inside of this leg. Take your left hand up. Lifting the left side of the body up to the ceiling and stretching forwards, reaching the arm up and over your ear. And reach and stretch and breathe. Listen to your body, listen to your knee. Breathe. So we're trying to stretch out from all the core stuff that we've been working on, side of the abdominal wall. Release. Okay, and then bring those feet in. See how that is, bringing those feet in. All right. Yeah. So bring them as tight as you can. And then get your thumbs to open up the balls of the feet. And use your elbows to press down on the inside of your knees. And maybe fold down as well. If you're flexible, you could fold your chest down. Breathe. Tuck your head in. So you feel that stretch in your spine as well. And come up. And now we're going to stretch those legs out wide. So as wide as you can. Take the hands down the legs. Pull the belly in. And toes towards you, heels away from you, and stretch it down. Breathe. And then we're going to walk over to your right leg. Stretch it down. Keep breathing, pushing the heels away, toes towards. And then over to your left. Stretch it down. Keep breathing, keep the thighs on, open up the back of the knees. Come back to the center, hands either leg, and stretch down again. And maybe you can reach for your feet this time if you're feeling more flexible. Draw the chest down. Breathe. Keep breathing. And release. And bring those legs in and give them a shake out. Okay, so we're going to come back down to lie down on the floor. Okay. And I want you to stretch your left leg long on the floor and bring your right knee into your chest. So if you take your left hand to the sole of your left foot, or your right foot, sorry, yeah. So I've got my left hand round my right foot. Got my right hand on the outside of my right knee. And as I pull with my left hand, I press with my right hand. So I'm pulling up at the same time as drawing my knee towards my left shoulder, okay? So my right hand's pushing and my left hand's pulling. Right hand's pulling towards your left shoulder. Yeah? Yeah? So you should feel that again in your glutes, a little bit. And release. Okay, left knee in. Right leg long. Right hand to sole of left foot. Left hand to outside of left knee. As you pull with your right hand, you press with your left hand towards your right shoulder. So basically pulling the foot up and the knee towards that right shoulder. Yeah. Breathe. And release. Left leg long, right leg in to the chest again. Reach that leg up. Now you can either have your right hand to the outside of your right leg and with your elbow on the floor, or if you're feeling more flexible, you reach up for your foot, first two fingers around your big toe. Place your left hand on your hip and draw your leg out to the side. So the hand can be down, yeah, or it can be on your foot. Look over your left shoulder and breathe. Look over that opposite shoulder from where you're going. Breathe. So you've either got the hand down the leg with the elbow on the floor, or you've got the hand on your foot. Your left hand can be on your hip, or it can be out to the side. Bring that leg back. We're going to take the leg over to the other side. So sweep it across and reaching your right hand away this time. Looking over that right shoulder. Try to keep wrapping your left leg in. Come back to the center and hug both knees in. Stretch your right leg long. Take your left knee into your chest and stretch your left leg up. Now you can either have your left hand side of the thigh, elbow on the floor, right hand could be on hip, or right hand out to the side, or you can reach for your big toe. And take the leg off to the left and loop to the right. And breathe. Bring that leg back to the center, swap hands and take the leg off to the right, left hand off to the left and look over your left shoulder and keep wrapping your right thigh in to try and keep that alignment. Keep breathing. And then release and hug those knees in. And now stretch out with your arms and your legs. So just stretch them away from one another. Stretch the toes away, stretch the hands away. Really stretch out, pull the belly in, and then release. Just relax. And then once again, stretch it out, toes, fingertips. And then release. And then walk your feet up. So you bring your heels in tight towards your sit bones, yeah? And then from here, feet hip distance apart, tuck your tailbone under, and then peel your spine up and off the floor, lift your hips, squeeze through your inner thighs. So we're up into this shoulder bridge position. Now see if you can work your hands, so work your shoulders under. See if you can work those hands towards your feet. And if you can make it, you can grab hold of your ankles. If that's not happening, interlace your fingers, lift your hips, draw your shoulders under, feet hip distance, breathe, working those lumbar extensor muscles and opening up the front of the body. And then release down to the floor and hug your knees in again. And roll up. And stretch those legs long. And then just track the hands down the legs and reach for your legs or your feet. And breathe. Pull the belly in, send the tailbone away. And just stretch it out. Find that range for you. Keep breathing. And then release from there. And then just swing round. And if you come up to your knees and then send your right foot forwards, make sure your left knee's comfortable. We're going to do a hip flexor stretch here. So you want to send this left knee away. So make sure that left knee is comfortable, yeah? And then sink down. And breathe. From here, take your left hand up. And then you're going to go over to your right. And feel a bit more deeper stretch maybe into that left hip flexor. So reach over. And then release the right hand and twist round to your right. And release. Okay, good. So we're going to swap legs. Make sure the knees are comfortable. Step your left foot forwards. Send the right knee away. Okay, sinking down. Feeling that stretch on that right side. So just find that range for you. Back straight. Watch you're not pushing over that front toe. Take the right hand up. And then over to your left. And then take your right hand to the outside of your left leg. Take your left hand behind. Twist. So left hand behind. That's it. That's it. Breathe. And then release. Okay, come back to hands and knees now. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. So draw your abdominals deep and look up, inhale. And exhale, take it into cat. Inhale, look it up. And exhale to cat. Inhale, look it up. And exhale, cat. And now walk your hands to the front of the mat. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Draw your belly in and pedal those heels up and down. Push the floor away. Open the shoulders. Lengthen through the back of the body. Come to a high heel down dog. Take a nice deep in breath, lifting your hips. Look to the back of the mat, and on the out breath, stretch your heels down. And breathe. Keep your core strong, walk your hands to your feet, tuck your head in, and roll up. And as you roll up, reach those arms up. Take a nice deep in-breath at the top. And as we come down, exhale, bend the knees. Wrap the arms around, yeah. And then in-breath up. And exhale down. And inhale up. And exhale down. And then come up. And shake it out. Okay, there we go. Namaste.